I'm a interactive person and I like for people to holler back at me. So I'm gonna try this one. Good evening. We want to welcome you to our regular scheduled board meeting. Today is the 23rd of January. The time now is 6 o'clock p.m. on the dot. And so we are going to get started. Item number one. And so wanted to make sure everyone has had a chance to review the agenda. Yes. We're moving forward to item 2.1. Before we get started, I want to say that members of the public who desire to address the board on any topic related to board work must sign. There's a roster in the back on the table, and you have to get that done before 6:30 p.m. So at this time, we are just going to go to item 2.2, and that is the roll call. We're going to turn that into the hands of Ms.
Madam President, Frazier,
Here.
Dr. Robinson,
Here.
Ms. Salazar, here. Mr. Williams,
Here.
Mrs. Wills Hill,
Here.
Mr. Gallegos,
Here.
Mr. Rawlings.
Here.
Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you so very much. We're moving ahead to item 2.3. It is the Pledge of Allegiance and reading of the mission. And so with that being said, we are going to have Aspire Online Academy students to come forward. If they are here, we have the pledge. It'll be led by Aaliyah Burgos, Ariana Gonzalez, Benjamin Arveo, and Frankie Rodriguez Ortives. So we'll class online. All right, so we're going to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hi, I'm Katie Ginster. I'm the fourth and fifth grade teacher at Aspire Online Academy. Welcome to the Harrison School District 2 January School Board meeting. If you're able, please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands one indivisible with justice for all.
That was Do we have the mission statement? This is what Online Academy is. You're unconventional, but it's conventional.
The mission of D2 is to graduate college and career-ready students with the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and behaviors to personally succeed and contribute to the common good.
Thank you so very much. Right, we are moving forward. Here to item 3.1. Adopt the agenda, and I just need to have a
Madam President, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
motion to approve the agenda as stated by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Frazier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a meeting. I'm so sorry. That's what happens when you have the gavel. So I want you to strive to one day hold this gavel so you bring everybody at attention. Right? Now have a meeting. So with that being said, we are showcasing schools. And this evening, again, it is the Aspire Online Academy, and we have Patricia Parks, the assistant principal. So the floor is yours. We'll try not to scare the young man.
Icon, please.
Again, this is Aspire Online Academy, and we are located at the Dr. Pamela Robinson Education Center. We are the Terabytes.
Now I'm gonna lose this as soon as I get home because she's already seen it, so.
I know. You will lose it. So we're going to start off with a little bit of our student demographics. We are a very diverse school, even though we are online. We have several different grade levels. We are first through 12th grade. And at this time, I would like one of our students who has been with us since the beginning. We've only been in existence for 4 years, and she has been with us since the beginning.
Hey, my name is Leonie Rose Alatiano. I had the pleasure of presenting to the school leadership last year. I have been part of the AOA since its inception, and my love for the AOA is boundless. The curriculum is designed to support students from various backgrounds with invaluable assistance from our dedicated teachers. The AOA also organizes in-person events, allowing us to connect face-to-face with friends and enjoy ourselves. The staff of AOA are incredible. They not only help plan fun events and in-person days, but they also assist us when we face challenges such as technical issues with our computers. Group activities are frequently assigned to the students, and they truly enjoy these because they foster responsibility and allow time for socializing with peers. This school is genuinely remarkable, and I wish nothing but success for the school. During my elementary years at a different school, I had some unpleasant experiences which led my parents and me to seek a new environment. The AOA embraced me and I experienced very little bullying and negativity. My grades improved significantly along with my overall attitude. Over time, I made friends and we always spend time together. Previously, I was reluctant to work with others, but now I just can't stop talking with new people. The AOA has greatly enhanced my confidence in many areas. It has also illuminated my future with a bright blue light and encouraged me by saying, "Hey, in the future, you're going to be a writer." So, additionally, the AOA has helped me become more organized and responsible with my time.
So as you can see, we are a small but mighty staff. We have 3 elementary teachers that for grades 1 through 5. We have 4 middle school teachers for 6 through 8. And we have 2 high school teachers for 9 through 12, but we also utilize Colorado Digital Learning Solutions teachers as well for our high schoolers to give them many options. What makes us unique is there's a lot of things that I say we're unique about, but some of the things that we do that are unique is we give students a safe online learning environment. They have synchronous live online learning, so they are face to face with teachers throughout the day. So it's almost like they're in a class, but they're not in a class. And they also do some asynchronous learning, which actually teaches them some time management and how to be more proactive in their own learning. We have student and family in-person events. We invite our families to join us in any in-person event, whether it's arts and crafts or wherever we may go. They're always welcome to go with us. And then we still do the same as some of the high schools in our district. We have work-based learning, we have concurrent enrollment, we have internships for our high schoolers. Now we'd like to introduce Mr. Roush. He is going to speak to you also from online.
Hi, I'm Calvin Roush. This is my fourth year teaching at AOA. I teach sixth through eighth grade social studies. AOA has provided me a very unique opportunity in that this was my first position out of college, so I feel like I've kind of seen AOA come from the ground up, and I've been here through all our changes and our adaptability. And as a professional, it's given me an opportunity to really expand my digital skills and abilities within education, and also really learn how to work with students through a different medium than the traditional teaching sphere. With our in-person days, we provide an opportunity for our students to come in, still get that social interaction instead of it being just they come in for 8 hours and we have a traditional school day. We provide them opportunities like our Rocket Day. So while the online provides them the flexibility that they need, especially if they're families from maybe a different part of the state or whatever, our in-person still gives them that social opportunity so they can build bonds with not only their teachers, but also their peers. So we are a very different school. We're different than any other school that you all have to interact with. And I think that's our uniqueness kind of gives us something that we have to appreciate. So I also want to thank you all for your ability to support us and what we do. It has been a very unique 4 years and every year's looked different, but we've been flexible and we appreciate the support with that flexibility. From last year's migration to working at home to this year, some of us being in the building, out of the building, we just appreciate the support and hope for continued support from the board. I just think that our school is a great fit for many of us, and I know for some of our teachers and our staff, this has been a blessing for them. And again, it is different, and our uniqueness is what we aspire to be. But because of that, our families, students, and staff all aspire for greatness.
So here we have our mission, and if you'll notice, our mission is really student-centered, and we focus on a diverse educational experience for our students. Online is a different world for students, and when they come into the online world, they may have one perception of it, but then they gain so much more from what we actually offer them. And so that's what we strive to be. Some of the key components that we use as an approach is we have personalized learning. We do digital literacy. Our students could probably do more on a laptop than I ever could as a student. Just didn't know anything. Probably even now they can do more than I could do on a computer. Cultural competency, critical thinking, collaboration. They still do collaboration even though they are in an online world. Some of their benefits are they have a flexible learning schedule and they can self-motivate themselves, and it teaches them time management because they do have to follow time management. Preparation for future online work. As you know, a lot of colleges offer online classes. Our students are already learning that world, so they will be prepared for that world. Exposure to global ideas. How we support students. So we have several things here that I will be asking people to come up and speak. And our first one is the person who brought me aboard to Aspire Online Academy. She began the school, and I did ask her to speak. And so now you will hear from Miss Young.
So this is bittersweet. This has been an adventure, but one of the wonderful ways that we support students is our flexibility with admin, how we support them in the online environment. They're able to physically come into the environment as needed. When Aspire was first thought of and then created, one of our initial opportunities that was presented to us was students who were in need with medical conditions, students who needed that. I need to stand, but I get in trouble if I stand in the classroom all the time. So the different unique components that make us who we are as students and as people, for some of those who just need a different environment, this became that environment. So those students who couldn't be in class every single day in the physical world, they were able to do that, or they are able to do that in our online world. And so our students who just need, we have a few now. I'm back in the building and I'm running down the hallway some days. And we have those who just need that environment where it's not too many distractions. And that's what Aspire allows to take place. And so as an admin team, We were able to actually divide and conquer, but with an idea of how do we support around and not just be in one area. And I know that sounds interesting because you would say, but you're online, Miss Young. How does that function? Well, online has a lot of components. And so instead of just giving work, one of the ways that we support students is applying components, as you saw with Mr. Roush. They have all of this technology so that they can see them, evaluate, talk to students while also talking to teachers, but making the work visible to students. So students are not working blindly. They are getting immediate feedback in their learning environment. As they are working and applying their skills, teachers are able to give feedback immediately. So they're not waiting. They don't have to wait. That's one of the components of using the different platforms that we use. And with those platforms, it allows us to be able to evaluate better and give teachers more academic focused feedback so that they can immediately have that responsive nature in their classroom environment. So that's something that can doesn't seem unique, but when you have to look at a screen, display the work, monitor what kids are doing, and not everybody asks, well, what do you mean monitor? Are you actually doing the work? Because it's easy to close the laptop and just walk in the other direction. And so, in that uniqueness, we have no problem calling home. We still made knocks on doors and making sure that students were in their learning environment, but it provided them all of those pieces without it being missing in their everyday walk. And so, our uniqueness is we enjoy being a team that allows that to take place, but to also make it the priority. And every day, our priority were academics. And that's what students received, as opposed to just, here are your sheets, work on it, we'll give you some feedback later. Full on classes with live teachers that gave them support. Also, with our counselors, they also are able to access them. They have counselor connects. So that uniqueness doesn't happen in every online world. A lot of kids are in isolation in their online world. We can truly say for AOA, they are interactive, they participate, they're collaborating, and they join as a team and a community. Thank you.
So at this time, I would like to bring up Miss Myra Huerstieta. She is our registrar slash front desk slash secretary slash technology person. Her and I have learned a lot of technology this year, so she's become very good at the technology. So I'd like her to speak.
Good evening, board members, families, staff, and students of District 2. My name is Mara Gorostieta. I am the principal secretary with Aspire Online Academy. I started in April of 2024, and this is my first job in the education field. It has been very interesting starting in an online environment, seeing how students are able to be educated online instead of in person. I prioritize communication within our school. It is hard not being able to see students and families face to face, so I make sure to provide regular updates, detailed instructions, and timely feedback. I also check attendance daily to ensure students are on and actively participating. We do encourage students to join us for monthly in-person days so they can still interact with one another face to face. I help families whose first language is Spanish by translating for them. We help students feel safe. I love being a part of Aspire Online Academy. And now I will say it in Spanish. Buenas tardes todos. Mi nombre es Mayra Gorostieta. Soy la secretaria de Aspire Online Academy. Empecé en abril del 2024 y es mi primer trabajo en educación. Ha sido bien interesante ver cómo los estudiantes pueden asistir en escuela en línea. Cuando comunico con los papás y estudiantes, a veces es difícil no poder verlos en persona. Por eso trato de priorizar la comunicación, dando instrucciones detallosos, ayudando con actualizaciones y preguntas que tengan los papás. Yo checo que los estudiantes estén presentes en clase y participando todos los días. Alentamos a los estudiantes a participar en nuestros días en persona para que los estudiantes puedan verse y pasar tiempo juntos y con los maestros. Tenemos familias que español es su primer idioma y yo les ayudo en español. Ayudamos a los estudiantes a sentirse seguros. Me gusta mucho trabajar con Aspire Online Academy.
Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed the slide, but we do have on there awesome admin, talented teachers, sensational support staff, Myra, and now we have fantastic families and students. I have a mom who was planning on being here, but something happened and she wasn't able to make it. But she did want me to read what she was going to say. So she sent it to me. She said, "Hello, everyone. Aspire Online Academy has afforded me the opportunity to support my amazingly strong daughter, Bella, with a similar education as her peers. I enrolled Bella in 2024 during winter break when she was a kindergartner. Bella had been in D2 since preschool, but due to her developmental disabilities and her being a medically fragile trach dependent kiddo, she had required a nurse to escort her in school. At the end of 2023, we no longer had a nurse to support Bella in school, and so I looked into online courses and homeschool. After having a discussion with the Aspire staff, I knew switching to Aspire was best for her. The transition was great. We received our computer and supplies and attended orientation. Aspire has been amazing with the online teaching and in-person days, which we enjoy. They have provided activities and welcomed parents to join in on in-person days with their kids. Mrs. Brasuelas has been with Bella for the past 2 years. I appreciate how she teaches the kiddos at their level. She does one-on-ones, makes learning fun. The school staff has also been great. I have always had great communication with Miss Myra and Mrs. Parks, as well as the D2 therapist. I would definitely encourage parents with kids who prefer a smaller group learning setting to enroll with Aspire. And now I have another student that I would like to, I'm working on delegating authority, so that's what I've been doing with this presentation. So now I have another student coming forward to speak.
Hello there. My name is Savion Caden Alitiano. I have been at AOA for 2 years. Starting in 5th grade, I am prepared to tell you how awesome AOA is. Miss Ginster was a really nice teacher who always supported me and my classmates with our work and communication. Now, in 6th grade, I love all my teachers who also taught my sister. They create fun activities and encourage us to work in groups, fostering teamwork and communication. Like my sister, I also had some bad experiences at different schools. However, when I came here, everything changed, and I made great friends with my classmates. Sometimes we face technology issues, but they always help us out. They often start our days with funny jokes that make the whole class laugh. The work is enjoyable, and I made great friends here. The staff at AOA is fantastic, keeping up with technology and organizing in-person days to connect with friends. AOA is a diverse and a beautiful school, and I wish it the best.
And last student we will hear from is an online high schooler who came to me from Vanguard. And she's been with us for 2 years. And her name's Jordan Christensen. And she couldn't be here tonight, but she did want to do a video.
So I have a lot of different goals for myself and a lot of things that I'm definitely looking forward to. But because of Aspire, I've been able to get ahead on so many things, like just being able to finish my high school credits and already get started on my degree is just incredible. And so I'm definitely extremely blessed and grateful for that. I felt that I wanted to be able to have a more flexible schedule and to just be able to work and be able to like start basically the future that I wanted to build for myself. And I feel that Aspire really, really helped me in doing that and also was extremely supportive. I mean, the program and just the schooling itself is extremely flexible. It allowed me to get a full-time job while also still being an athlete, and not to mention like extremely personal, like Miss Parks specifically like literally comes to a bunch of my games and just constantly checked up on me and is just constantly emailing me and just checking up on how everything is going. I mean, I would definitely 1000% like recommend this to any high school student, not only because you can get ahead in your education and kind of move on to the things that you want to do, but it also allows you to get like a head start on just a flexible schedule with life and just getting started with your career. To be able to get involved with Aspire and to know that not only do they care about you prioritizing your future and your education, but they also care about you and prioritize you and are interested in just the person that you're becoming. I will forever be grateful and blessed for your guys' program just because you guys help me not only get ahead in my education and in prioritizing my future, but also help me stabilize and prioritize me, which in the end helps me extremely.
And just to give you a little background, she is no longer taking courses in the high school. She has been full-time college student for about the last 2 semesters. So she is rocketed. And I have an impromptu parent who would like to say something.
Not what I came up here to say. Good evening, everyone.
You guys have to know this, sorry, not photo bombing. She is the first AOA parent. The
First is the worst.
The first
Second is the
AOA
best.
parent to register her student for AOA. So she was the first parent and her husband and her 2 kiddos to walk into my office. And that's how we started AOA. Yeah.
You guys, AOA is a family. Anybody that says otherwise is selling you something. My daughter was an expert at manipulating the system at the school she was at. She was not turning in her homework. She was failing her classes. I am the product of European parents who believe in nothing less than A pluses. So I grew up pretty strict. And it was hard for me to imply those same beliefs on my kids. We live in a different time. There was an issue with bullying at other schools that they were with. We tried the wonderful parental let's be friends approach. Let's try this. And after years and years of going through this and seeing my kids coming home in tears, we made the move to pull them out and put them in Aspire when it became available. I was so nervous because everything that I have known was immediately swept from under my feet. And they were just as nervous as I am today, but I'm so proud of you guys. Their confidence has increased. I'm so proud to say that they are honor roll students. I mean, I barely had a part in it. I sat behind a desk in Monument for hours a day. And even with my absence and my husband home to help them, their confidence has soared. Their public outreach has soared. We have a great sense of pride in our community, and they understand what a good role model and a good citizen is these days, which is a rare find, let's be honest. So I want to attribute everything and thank everyone at AOA, their incredible staff, for allowing my kids to flourish and find out who they are with such confidence. And so, yeah, I have very good things to say about them. That's all I have for now. Very cute dog.
So I had my instructional coach was going to be here tonight to speak. Should have looked for kids. She is here. Okay, here she is to talk about our data.
Hi, sorry. I just came in very quietly. Please excuse the loudness of my fan. My husband's deployed, but I was not going to miss an opportunity to brag about my school. That's just never going to happen. I've been the instructional coach at AOA for the whole time that it's in existence, for the last 4 years. And I have had the pleasure to work with our teachers and with our students. This data is, I'm supposed to show it to you, but I think we represent a whole lot more than what these numbers say, but it's still my job. We do not have enough participation in our standardized tests to receive an SPF. So I cannot show you that, even though you probably are used to seeing that in these slides. We do have the standardized data for the students that do go take our CMAS. We service all of Colorado, so asking our families that live in Denver to come over multiple days for CMAS isn't something we're able to do. But of the students that do participate, you can see that we have many of our middle school, elementary school exceeding and meeting those grade level requirements. We can really chalk that up to the excellent individualized instruction that our teachers provide. I've never seen a middle school that has a intervention block for every subject that they can provide not only scaffolds and supports, but extensions and challenges for those students that are meeting grade level. We have other data too for iReady on the next slide. I'm supposed to push a button. There was training that came with this. I apologize. This is our iReady data as well for reading. The small, tiny, skinny bar underneath the larger bar is our beginning of year data, and then the bar above it is our second middle of year. So you've seen just in 1/2 of the year, we have already seen tremendous growth. And this is across our whole school. So first grade up to 8th grade. This is reading, and this is our math data. And we know that math can be a struggle right now, and we do highly recommend, like we really want reading to be there, but we have not skimped on the math. A lot of our students have started to get to grade level, go beyond grade level, and we're really proud of our individualized instruction that our teachers can provide. Thank you.
So this is a lot of information on this slide about how we support our students in building relationships and responsibility in the online education. I do have a young man who will tell you the important key parts of this.
Hi, my name is Angelo. I've been a student at Aspire Online Academy for now 4 years, whopping 4 years. And this is something that I really enjoy. Oh, and AOA, or Aspire Online Academy, has always created a friendly online community where we as students can work in small groups or whole groups online. Our teachers encourage us to be active listeners and to have conversations with them and others during our classes. Teachers have done connection circles with our class online as well. We use Padlet to communicate our interests with everyone in the class. Breakout rooms are used to teach us to collaborate with our peers and how to be leaders in the class. Being online students, we are taught how to manage our time and how to stay organized in the online world. We set goals to help us meet deadlines. We learn to cite sources, conduct research, how to use technology safely, and how to be good digital citizens. We learn to take charge of our learning. Teachers get to know what the students need on and try to do their best. Thank you to Mr. Roush, Mrs. Sebastian, Mrs. Giersdorf, Mrs. Lee, and thank you to all the staff members and workers at Aspire Online Academy for making up what I call a great, awesome school.
So now I just want to talk a little bit about our areas of focus. We have two. One of them is math achievement and growth. As you can see, we have shown some growth in math at our mid-year iReady. And so, one of the things, there's a lot of things that strategies that we're working on for our UIP. Collaborative group work is very important to us. Productive struggle, we introduced that this year, and it's amazing to see the kids want to really try, but no, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try it anyway. And then, so that's really pushed them to a different level. Peer explanations to build literacy in math, digital manipulatives, focus on gradual release of responsibility. They're the owners of their own learning, and fostering literacy in math. So those are just a few of the things that we focus on in our first area of focus. Our second one, we geared this towards what our district has gone to, is career connected learning. And so we know that students in grade 1 through 8 very seldom think about what they're going to do in their future, or what kind of careers are out there for them, or what does it take to be in that career field. And so we really want to present this to our younger group of students so that when they get to high school, they kind of have some ideas of where they want to go and how they want to get there. And so we do some career interest surveys. We are using Zello in early grades, not just in high school. We are starting early with our Zello. We're doing career fairs. We have a family career fair coming up in March for all families, all high schoolers, all middle schoolers, all elementary students, so that they can see the different career fields out there. And then we also bring guest speakers in for students to talk about the different things that it takes to be in a certain career. And so we are moving in that direction with our UIP as well. And our last, I know, they didn't give me a time limit, so. But this is just some attributes that we have as Aspire Online Academy. You know, we do live online instruction. I've had parents call back and want to know if I can take them, even though they're moving to Indiana, because they like how we do our program. And I said, well, I can't cross the state line. I'm only allowed to take students in Colorado. And so, but they do like the difference between our online program and other online programs, because a lot of their work is async. Our students in 1st through 8th grade definitely are online with teachers all day. And so they get that face-to-face, just like they're in a classroom. We do a variety of class offerings. High school has a whole page of electives that they can take in different for career fields, criminology, forensic science, medical terminology, nursing. They can take all of those courses online with us. We also offer asynchronous and synchronous. We think asynchronous is important for students online because they have to learn to do their time management and finish their work in a timely fashion. And so that async work does help them become better, owning their learning and becoming better learners. Focus groups, we have intervention for all grades. Flexible staff, our staff have been very flexible. Technology has been a struggle this year, but our staff, they go through it, they support them, they help them through. Hands-on engagement, we do those in person. We try everything hands-on. And then collaboration across D2 schools. This year we took our school, and we are in the Dr. Pamela Robinson Education Center. We have CRA middle school, and we took them with us, and we invited Monterey with us, and we took their 1st graders, and we all went up to the Air Force Academy Planetarium. It was an awesome trip for everyone, and everyone had a great time. So thinking in terms of what we can do across our district to support other kids. My algebra teacher, for one, teaches not just 9th graders, she teaches 8th graders in several of our other middle schools because they don't have algebra. So we don't want them to lose out on that opportunity to get that credit. And so that's AOA.
Are there any questions?
Hi.
Hi.
I don't have any questions. Well, I did have a question about how many students does AOA support? But I think I saw the numbers on.
So physically, our enrollment AOA's enrollment currently is around 150 students. And that is 1st through 12th.
Okay. And I remember 4 years ago how enthusiastic you were about AOA, and the enthusiasm is the same energy is still present. And so um I appreciate the diverse pathways to education that our district provides. And I really appreciate the students presenting today
Mm.
because it really does reflect on the district and you all meeting the needs, meeting students where they're at. And it's not just online, to your point, give them their homework and then just let them go. It really is building skill sets and capacity for our young students through high school. And so doing community work, I really appreciate that we are starting earlier talking about career pathways. I've known Jordan Christensen since she was probably in the third grade and really interacted with her until she went to middle school. She is a busy person. She is very disciplined. And so to see, I think to make that connection with somebody I know, really just singing your praises. I know her. I know her parents. And it's like, wow, okay. And yes, she is very involved in sports among other things. And so I just, there's so much credibility in having student voice and students presenting. And you all are amazing. Um, and Mom, you're great for being courageous and coming up here. I think really the challenges that our students face, people don't understand. And when you've done all of the things that you can do, putting your children first and really stepping out of those traditional ways of education and trusting our staff and our district to support the needs of your student, I think that was very courageous. Thank you for doing that.
I just want to, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I just want to commend you in a world of technology where we sometimes complain that our kiddos won't look at us at the dinner table and so on. Just the aspect of how you take technology to educate our children, but you also understand that social aspect because of the world they live in. So I just thank you for, you can just see so many connections. If you didn't know it was online, you would think that these young people are in the building every day. So just thank you for making those personal connections just as important as the academics.
I wanted to share. When I'm in the building visiting CRA, Myra, she greeted me at the front door. When you walk in, you don't know one from the other because it is a family and everyone is helping everyone out. But I wanted to just commend you all because is it Angelo? Angelo. When I was there one night for CRA's Thanksgiving, Angelo doesn't know it, but I overheard him in one of the exercises we were participating in, and he was saying, "What time is it? I've got to get my assignment done." He was so excited, and I was saying, "What grade is he?" And it was just wonderful. He's looking at me now and he's saying, like, where do I know you from? But I remember he was so excited about getting his assignment done. So I commend you all for your enthusiasm for just the whole atmosphere. It's great. I did have one question, and I wanted to know, how do the students work uh, um, work in an athletic program or sports with uh, their schooling? I don't understand how that works.
So when they're in an online school, they can go to their home school to play any sport. And so I'll be honest, I have students from James Irwin who play volleyball. I go watch that. I have students at Sierra that play basketball. I have students at Vanguard. I just gained a Vanguard student that plays lacrosse. So apparently I need to learn lacrosse because I know nothing about it. But I do support them in all their sports that they do. They can do any club or anything that they want outside of we just hook them up with with one of the schools, with their home school, and then we work it out with the school.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that they can participate.
Thank you.
So, I heard something that really piqued my interest, and it was be good digital citizens coming from a young person. Is that you, Angelo? Come up to the mic and expand on what does that mean exactly? To be a good digital citizen.
Well, in a school or being in online school, it's kind of like being citizens of a country, except for, there's different things. I'm starting to get as confused as you. But, I think it probably has to do with maybe being part of the school and and going to personal things and different things, and I don't know, that's what I'm getting out of it. But um I don't know, I don't know, I guess it's like being a citizen of a state. You got all these people who are trying to make sure you do well and follow the laws, and then you got kids that have problems, and yeah, and then you got different types of students, and maybe that's what, I don't know, they're referring to. I don't know as much either.
Well, I
But
think
yeah,
I think you did a good job of explaining it because it makes sense to be a good digital citizen should be synonymous to being a good citizen in real life. Yes, sir.
That was
I
fantastic.
appreciate his character. Is yes.
That was
I have a
fantastic.
follow-up question. Angelo, how many years or how long have you been a citizen of the digital world?
Come up to the microphone.
4 years. Wow.
for 4 years. Yeah, if you're talking about the school.
Yes, I think that's pretty amazing.
I know it's fun to be at this school. Really fun.
And your explanation of citizenship was amazing.
Thank you. That means a lot of coming from high authority from you.
Thank you.
Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret? It's not really a secret.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I think Leo Medina, Mr. Leo Medina, is your grandfather.
Yes, that is very true. And he's an awesome grandfather.
Okay, my secret is many years ago, your grandfather and I worked at the same place.
Western Forage.
Yes,
Ah! Was he good guy? Was he a good worker?
you are definitely a product of Mr. Leo Medina. So thank you for you. You know, you know what? I'm expecting great things out of you.
Thank you. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I'm expecting great things, and thank you so much for your level of passion and enthusiasm. Want to congratulate everyone in the school. This was a wonderful presentation, exceeded our expectations, and we look forward to hearing more about what you all accomplish in the future. Thank you very much.
And you guys are awesome as well. Keep up the good job.
Sure how I'm supposed to come behind that.
President Wills I just have to say, and Angelo, for your information, your grandmother and I, we also have known each other for several years, decades even. Um, yes, yes.
So I believe we have some giveaways. So everyone, if you would come up, we'll take a picture of you and we have something for you. That was a outstanding presentation by AOA. So at this time, we are going to continue on with our agenda. We are at item number 5, communicating with the board. And we have here this evening a special guest with us. It is City Councilwoman, Council Member Yolanda Avila to do a presentation on behalf of the City of Colorado Springs.
Am I supposed, is it on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Um, so good evening, board and students and attendees, as well as buenas noches. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here before you. President Michelle Will Hill, Vice President J.J. Frazier, Director Pam Robinson, Director Joyce Salazar, and Director Corey Williams. It's when I think about the service that you give voluntarily, I hear you get a stipend now, but that ain't nothing. But I'm glad that you do. It makes such a difference. And to hear the voices, you did make me come after Angelo. Not fair. So not fair. But I'm so glad to be here. As maybe all of you know. Oh, I have to bring Puma over here. I only have 2.5 months left of council. So this is extremely special because I came when I was first elected. And now as I'm leaving council, I get to come here before this board. My sister, Rosa Avila, and my brother, Jimmy Avila, graduated from Harrison High School. And we lived on Norwood in Stratton Meadows, and I attended Chamberlain Elementary School. I know it's not there anymore, but it was great. And I know even back then I got a really superior education. And you, the board, has continued to do that. So I am here to, everything looks different for me, right? To present the proclamation. And we have a recording of that. Norma, do you want to hit the button? All right. Colorado Springs School District 2, School Board Appreciation Month, January 2025. Whereas the District 2 School Board creates a vision for what students know and are able to do. And whereas school boards establish clear standards for student performance and ensure that student assessments are tied to established standards. And whereas Colorado Springs District 2 School Board aligned the school district resources to ensure that students meet the standards. And whereas the District 2 School Board creates a climate that supports the philosophy that all children can learn at high levels. And whereas the District 2 School Board is committed to continuous education and training on issues related to student achievement. And whereas the board has been providing quality education to the Colorado Springs School District 2 children for over 150 years. And whereas the City of Colorado Springs and Colorado Springs School District 2 have a collaborative relationship built on trust and teamwork to make the community a better place for all. Now, therefore, I, Yolanda Avila, Colorado Springs City Council District 4, do hereby officially proclaim January 23rd, 2025 as Colorado Springs School District 2 School Board Appreciation Month. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the City of Colorado Springs be affixed to this 23rd day of January 2025, signed by President Randy Helms, Colorado Springs City Council. Thank you for that. That's always fun to do. So January 23rd is pretty significant too. And that's Puma's birthday. He's 10 today. So it's pretty exciting to be here on the day. So that's what I have to present. Thank you so much for your hard work, your diligence, taking care of the students, and always having them at the forefront of your mind. And what you bring to this district, I'm so proud of, District 4, but what you bring the entire Colorado Springs. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You'd like to take a picture with you if you don't mind.
I'd love to. I wish Angela were in it. And I learned everything I could learn about online schooling, so that was terrific.
Councilmember Avila, I would just like to say thank you for your diligence in the support of the Southeast Colorado Springs community. You are an example of leadership, tenacity, and care and concern for everything that happens in our community. So I appreciate you coming tonight. I'm wearing my coat because I'm really cold. And I know it's not always convenient to come out in the evening when it's freezing. Um, but I appreciate you being here. It is truly an honor for you to be here tonight. Thank you.
We are continuing on. We're going to item 6 point, I'm sorry, no, we're not. We're going to 5.2. And so we are going to turn it into the hands of Dr. Mike Claudio.
Madam President, members of the board, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share with you some of the presentations and some of the celebrations that we have within this district. But before we start with the board, we'd like to start with our student board reps. And we'll start with Misha. Misha has been on the board for the last couple of years, and we just appreciate his leadership throughout, whether he's catching for the softball pitchers to get them ready to go in, or he's at a basketball game cheering on. We just appreciate his leadership. And we see that his principal, Connor Bodwin, is here to present him with a gift for his time on the board. Yep.
I could go on truly at length. I do wish I had Angelo to back me up and talk about how you're amazing at everything you do. But when you talk about a high school student, the number one thing we always talk about is find your people, find your path. And for the kids that walk around Sierra High School, we know that looks a lot of different ways, but we know the number one thing that we look for is, can you find your people and can you get engaged with something? And you've got engaged with everything, you know, from sports to this. What an amazing opportunity. You know, I now have the very big and important task of finding somebody to fill that seat and the shoes that, you know, you filled and the space that you left. You know, when we talk about excellence in every endeavor, that looks a lot of different ways. You are somebody we are not worried about. Whatever you do next, you will do well. And it's so much because of the experiences that you've had. We look for holistic development, and you're a perfect example. So congratulations. You have done an amazing job of representing the Cardinal in gold, and we're proud of you.
Aiden, this is your first year, but you've made an impact since you've been here, from being on the cross-country team to showing up at all of the athletic events, but making sure that you were doing fundraisers by selling us socks. And so we appreciate that. And those were great gifts as we gave them out to our team. So Mr. Vargas is here to present to Aiden.
So Aiden, I could also stay here all day talking about you, and this is coming from all of us at HHS. We thank you. I can't imagine how you do it. Your cross country, your spare time, I don't know what you do. I saw today that you're number one on the board for the top 10 as a junior. So me personally, I am so proud of you. And you came up to me this time last year. You said, Mr. Vargas, I'm going to sit on that board. And you also told me I'm going to be the Val. And there's no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. So thank you. This comes from all of us. I love you to death, man.
We want to recognize all of our board members who work tirelessly and are at most of our events all around the district. We have tonight, our superintendent, Dr. Burr-Hansel, is being awarded Women of Influence, and she's not here tonight. And several of our principals and executive team are with her. So that's why they're not all here tonight. And it was a nomination from Rise that gave her that award. So thank you for that.
We were happy to
Mrs.
do
Wills
that.
Hill, if you would please come up front. And Mr. Vargas, if you'll join her. Dr. Valdez, Ms. Tunson, and Dr. Gannett. Please. Can't see. I can't. There you go, please. You have to watch this. All eyes on the screens, please.
A voice for students shining bright. From Hall she walks as a parent with pride to championing dreams on a district-wide ride. Inspirational, steadfast, leading the way. She fights for the future of kids every day. A beacon of hope, their advocate true. In Harrison D2's heart, her passion grew. Once a parent, now support, steady voice for every student. She makes a choice to uplift, to empower, to help them all thrive. With Miss Wills Hill at the helm, the district's alive. So here's to the leader with vision and will, the board president, Miss Michelle Wills Hill. For every step she takes, she paves the way, building brighter tomorrows starting today. High school appreciation.
Those are students from Mountain Vista Community School. Thank you, Dr. Valdez. Principals, if you'll stand on the side over there, please, we'll take a picture with everybody after we're through with the rest of the board members, okay? Thank you so, so much. Next, Ms. Frazier. And the cluster that works with Ms. Frazier is Carmel Community with Kelly Moore, CRA Ravens with Mr. Dunn, Giberson Wildcats with Ms. Young, Talia Young, and the Oak Creek Cougars, Mrs. Linda Donaldson.
Miss Frazier is always everywhere, all the time. So we figured we would make sure that you knew how much we appreciate your presence and your support. I have been a part of your group just recently, but it has been a joy to have your presence, to have your support, to cheer us on, and to make sure whatever we need, it's there. So we wanted to make sure you were the center of attention, but also to know that our prints are here and we're growing them. And it's because of your support and what you're giving us. And so from our entire team, we are elated to honor you. Thank you.
Next, Mr. Williams, and his schools are Amy Bonine with Otero Elementary School. Mr. Brian Relic with Soaring Eagles is at the event with Dr. Burr Hansel. Let's see, I'm sorry, Mr. Derek Fleshman, please, from Fox Meadow. And last but of course not least, Patty Parks. Does anybody know where she's from?
So first, we wanted you to recognize each school individually, so this box represents. So we have the two there, and we have the there. We have some artwork for you to enjoy. We want you to enjoy flag, and maybe some relaxation right. Think of your little one, because I gave you two more.
Yes. She definitely came and got the first.
When I put those in there, probably was thinking of her when I put those in there, but then you have a gratitude jar, so every day you can pull something out and read something positive, a thank you. We just want.
Thank you. Next, we have Mrs. Salazar. And Yvonne Padilla is the brave, wonderful person because everyone else on her team is with Dr. Burhansel. So part of that team. That's right. And we're glad you're here. Jenny Courtier from Bricker, Tim Noyes at Centennial, Amy Nunn at Sand Creek, and of course, Yvonne Padilla with Thrive Academy. So thank you. All these things. Can I give you a hint? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh. I'll hold it. Thank you. Next, we want to honor Dr. Pam Robinson. And Stratton Meadows is one of your schools, and Jared Stanley is also with Dr. Burhansel tonight. From Terman Elementary, Jana Thomas. Panorama Cougars, Anitra Gallegos is not with us tonight. And Sierra Stallions, Hunter Bodwin. Thanks, guys.
A good digital citizen. Southeast side is every citizen. You gotta be doing some amazing things. But and this to the entire board, anytime anybody asks about working in this district, it's proud to say we have a board that lets us do the work, right? And that's the immediate head nod. And we know the work is supported by everyone, but specifically knowing that you've been in our seat before, Dr. Robinson, is something that is incredibly calming. Not that we don't trust everyone, but to have that insight to be able to bring when we're talking about important issues and things that we're trying to accomplish. So we're incredibly grateful that you're on this board.
Now, everyone come forward so we can get a picture with the board, our student board reps, Dr. Claudio, everyone that is here, please. Not everybody here, but you know what I mean.
I have green. Wow, thank you. No, we all thank you. Everyone can speak for themselves, but thank you for doing what you do every day. I could say with confidence, it's a pleasure to serve. Welcome us into your spaces. Let us walk with your children and talk to your, support your children, babies, but just really, really appreciate you.
Ditto, ditto 10 times over. But I did want to share, please know that this work that we do is so rewarding. And you provide us an avenue to go over into your buildings, into your space, to see your worth, to see your kids and them just thriving. Tonight was an excellent example. Harrison has wonderful, outstanding children. Our students are outstanding, and I will match them up to anybody. So thank you all for all that you do. We couldn't thank you enough.
So I just want to say I too am a graduate of Harrison High School. 1982 was when I graduated. And I will say, I was an angry student. Had I had all of the opportunities that we provide students today, I would have fast tracked through life differently. And so part of the reason that I do the work that I do here and in community is because I never wanted to see somebody fall through the cracks. So I appreciate all of the work that you all do, and it is my great pleasure to serve this district today. That was not the case in 1982 or in 1992 or in 2002, but it is now. And so I am so proud to serve this district, to represent this district and our students and our staff. So I want you to know that as much as you appreciate us, and I think I could speak for the board, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys so much you don't even understand. When I step into any school, not just my schools, but if when I step into any school, especially when I have my daughter with me, my daughter soaks in that information so much. And I see her grow before my very eyes. And to witness that, because my dad couldn't see those things, but I see those things. I appreciate you guys for growing my child with me, because that's the best thing in the world for me, to see her in that environment and to see her pick up books at AOA and put the books back where they're supposed to be, and to see her go and play with kids at Guyverson at playtime, and for her to walk into the English class at Fox Meadow and see them reading, and she wants to do those things. It's amazing to me. So to know that you guys are a support system for me, as well as I love to pour into this community, but to see my daughter benefiting from that is the world to me. So I appreciate you guys. You-
I say ditto. Definitely appreciate you all. You are boots on the ground. Throughout this bond, you've moved in, you've moved out, you've moved in, you've moved out, but you kept on moving. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you trusting that a former colleague can be a voice for you. And I want you to be reassured. I know things might move slow or sometimes not even move, but you do have a board who, yes, we are student centered, but we know happy principals, happier teachers, the happiest students. So we definitely appreciate the work that you do, and thank you so much for appreciating us.
Tried to get the student board. I'll try again.
I really do appreciate everything you guys do. Growing up in this community, going Wildflower, Panorama, now Sierra, just the growth that's been instilled in me, being able to dream big because that's what I've told I can do. Thank you.
Just want to say thanks, and I just appreciate everything that I have received, all from D2. My parents tried to put me in other schools other than D2. I didn't last that long because they didn't show me the ways how D2 has made me a student leader. I just really appreciate all the efforts, all the support, and everything that has came to help develop me into somebody who I want to be in the future. Thank you, Deet.
Thank you, because you're still here, because sometimes. We are moving on. We understand, though, if you have to go, we do understand, okay? So we are moving on in our agenda, communicating with the public. There was no comments this evening, so we get to skip past that, go to 7, matters reserved for board action. We know that next month is Black History Month. We do have a resolution. I'm going to ask Mr. Williams if you.
Madam President, Harrison School District Number 2, Black History Month Resolution. Whereas Black History Month is celebrated every February as tribute to the achievements of African Americans who have shaped American history from 1619 to the election of the first Black president and vice president of the United States of America in 2008 and 2020, respectively, and beyond. And whereas a week was chosen in February 1926 to celebrate Black history as it acknowledged the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln on February 12th and Frederick Douglass on February 20th, both of whom were recognized as champions of freedom and equality for all men. And whereas in the late 1960s, America experienced the civil rights movement, and prominent civil rights activists supported the evolution of the week into an entire month. And whereas Black History Month is now celebrated in the United States during the month of February and is promoted by a yearly theme, which for 2025 is African Americans and Labor. This theme highlights the central role that labor has played in the Black American experience, from the agricultural labor of enslaved Africans to the establishment of Black Wall Street. It also highlights the role of organized labor in challenging social and economic injustices. And whereas Harrison School District Number 2 believes in honoring the achievements and heritage of African Americans during Black History Month, and whereas Harrison School District Number 2 believes in celebrating African Americans that have shared their talents for the betterment of American society, such as Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King Jr., George Washington Carver, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, and countless others that have inspired America to respect the dignity and equality of all people. And whereas Harrison School District Number 2 believes America is better off and stronger because African American leaders have helped America for generations to strive for equality, democracy, and the truth that all people are created equal. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Harrison School District Number 2 hereby proclaims the month of February 2025 to be Black History Month in District 2. The district will observe throughout the year and through various programs and activities and the contributions African Americans have made and continue to make in our nation, in witness whereof we have unto set our hands and caused the official seal of Harrison School District Number 2 to be hereunto affixed this 23rd day of January 2025. Be it resolved by the Board of Education of Harrison School District 2 in the County of El Paso and State of Colorado that the amounts shown in the following schedule
Thank you.
be it resolved by the Board of Education of Harrison School District 2 in the County of El Paso and State of Colorado that the amounts shown in the following schedule be approved. My apologies, everyone. Oh, it's much more simple than I've been reading. Okay, here we go. Madam President, I move to adopt the Black History Month resolution as stated.
Second.
Motion to adopt the Black History Month resolution by Mr. Williams, second by Dr. Pam Robinson. Those in favor?
Aye.
Going on to item 7.2, which is the adoption of the fiscal year 2025 mid-year budget modifications. chance to look at documents, our comments or we are moving on to item 7.0.
Madam President, be it resolved by the Board of Education of Harrison School District 2 in the County of El Paso and State of Colorado that the amount shown in the following schedule be appropriated to each fund as approved on January 23rd, 2025 for the current fiscal year beginning July 1, 2024 and ending June 30, 2025.
Motion to the mid-year budget by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Frazier. Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carried forward. We're moving on to item 8, for the consent agenda. Minutes of the December 12th, 2025 work session meeting. Item 8.2, E7, Financial Administration Monitoring Report. 5, item 8.3, treatment of stakeholders monitoring. 5, item 8.4, personnel administration indicator report. I need a motion to
Madam President, I move to approve the board consent agenda.
Second.
motion by Mr. Williams to approve agenda, second by Ms. Salazar. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 9, in the consent agenda, the January personnel and compare. Item, no other discussion.
Madam President, I move to approve the superintendent consent agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve January personnel and comparison report. Williams, second by Ms. Frazier. All those in favor? Aye. Approved. To 10. Plan. Is there anything we need to add to include?
Our retreat.
And then
Q&A. Reps. High school.
I can work with him on. And did you want to do it in February and in March?
Is it better for February or?
Absolutely.
Then we need to talk about dates for. So I'm looking. Treat. Shouldn't be treating on ramifications per. How does Friday the 21st? It's the good. So we're gonna add Friday the 21st at 3 o'clock. We want. Show me.
Meeting? Meant that we've already.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, we're moving to item 10.2. Yes, we do have legislative updates by.
The bills that are up and up, left and right. Actually, since this meeting started, I've been notified of another one. This one's actually pretty interesting. You know, under state statute, high school students are only required to complete civics and containing information regarding Holocaust, and that's it. So the rest of the high school course catalog is all prepared by school district and the requirements. Well, there's a new bill. I don't have a number. Details have. It would require students to successfully complete a course in financial literacy of high school. I don't have the details on that. That's an interesting one. Some other ones to highlight, bill introduced yesterday, Senate Bill 73, which applies to military connected children with disabilities, military students with IEPs, and who move into a school district but go to a private district. The public school district would be required to support IEP. That is another date as one to watch. We're also going to want to watch the Senate Bill 27, which would require school districts to adopt trauma-informed safety practices during. Really like to hear more about that. That would look. We've also got the food waste bill, which is intriguing and would help save the environment. But what that bill encourages is for schools to have food waste policies and to consider family style diet, which is difficult with the USDA, Food and Drug Administration requirements with regards to public education and providing food. So we'll see how, we'll continue to monitor that one. And then just on the horizon federally, we've heard about House Bill 370, which would prohibit the provision of federal funds to any state or local educational agency that denies or prevents participation in constitutionally protected prayer in schools. And then 369, this one would provide for the elimination of the Department of Education. So bills to watch.
So, anything else? Say in certain places, all minds are clear. We are going to item 11. I just need a recommended motion at this.
Madam President, with no further business, I move to adjourn the Board of Education board meeting.
Motion to dismiss and adjourn by Mr. Williams, second by Mrs. Salazar. All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.